The Oklahoma House has passed a near total ban on abortion, making performing an abortion a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison. The move sparked protests in support of abortion rights at the Capitol. The bill makes an exception only in a medical emergency that endangers the life of the pregnant person. Interim CEO of Planned Parenthood Great Plains, Emily Wales, is here with more on this. Emily, thanks for being here. You know, back in September, Texas banned nearly all abortions after 6 weeks, and since then, many Texans have been heading to Oklahoma to get abortions. According to data from the University of Texas at Austin, currently 50% of patients receiving abortion care in Oklahoma have traveled from Texas. So what happens if this bill becomes law as it's expected to, not only for Oklahomans, but for Texans as well?
You're absolutely right. We have been inundated with need from Texans who are coming to our health centers in Oklahoma for care. If this bill becomes law, or a similar one like it, which actually passed out of committee this morning, which is a true Texas-style copycat, we will see Oklahomans and Texans who are forced to go even farther out for care. Many of those patients who have resources will go to Kansas, New Mexico, Illinois, but for some patients, they won't have the resources, the ability to take time off of work, and they will either take matters into their own hands and try to terminate their pregnancies without medical support, or they will be forced to carry pregnancies against their will.
Now, the penalties in this law would be for the doctor, not the patient. Why is that?
It's not unusual for these types of laws to attempt to go after providers of this care. I think generally you see anti-choice politicians don't want to focus on the patients because there is some more sympathy in the public light. But at the end of the day, patients can't get care without physician support. So whomever faces the penalty, the patients are the people who really suffer because they can't get access to care they deserve.
Now, Representative Jim Olson, who authored the bill, says that it will save the lives of many babies, and he says the bill passed the House without any debate or even questions. Now, these are elected representatives, so is this what Oklahomans want?
It's certainly not in line with what public polls show in Oklahoma, and the timing is not a surprise to us. We were actually holding a people's rally outside, and at the same time that we had members who are with us on choice issues who are in the legislature, we're out talking to their supporters, talking to their constituents. The Republicans moved this bill internally. So we knew this could happen. We saw it go on the agenda at the last minute. The interesting thing about this dynamic, I think, is Oklahoma doesn't have a history of doing live testimony from its constituents. It's really hard to engage with the process in this state. And so while we are outside trying to shine light on what's happening in the Capitol, where they don't listen to their constituents, they're passing bills that are going to punish people who really need the most support from their legislators. So
what legal action is Planned Parenthood looking into now?
We're no stranger to this fight, and so we do plan to litigate and challenge. The real issue for us right now is that this is not the only ban that Oklahoma is moving. As I mentioned, there's another ban that is just like the Texas copycat, where it doesn't have criminal penalties, but it has the vigilante sue your neighbor provision. So we expect that to move within the next couple of weeks, and we may be looking at legal challenges on both fronts.
All right, Emily Wales of Planned Parenthood, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.